Order! You really are a very overexcitable individual. You need to write out 1,000 times. I will behave myself at Prime Minister's questions. Minister.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Oh, sorry, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sorry.
I may be called Lindsay, if I
One pass. Mr. Deputy Speaker.
I think Fireworks Night, Mr. Speaker, has a particular historic resonance for us in Parliament, and so it's rather fitting to be talking about it at a time when you could say the debate here has been quite explosive on a few different fronts.
That was terrible. Resign instantly.
Before this latest twist, this sort of premature parliamentary ejaculation that has put the lie to the claim that she sticks to her guns.
That's strong. I'm tempted to say to the Honourable Lady, if she looks carefully, I think she'll see that I'm not capable of a parliamentary ejaculation.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, the dishonesty and the lies of Vote Leave brought the country to vote for Brexit in the first place. And this should be something...
Order, resume your seat. As far as I'm aware, the Right Honourable Gentleman is not currently giving way. And so the Chancellor actually shouldn't stand there portentously as though he has an absolute right to intervene. It might be courteous to allow him to do so, but such an allowance has not yet been made.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As you know, I entered a civil partnership 8 years ago. The government is still consulting on what it's going to do about civil partnerships. There's a threat that you're going to abolish us. Or at least... no, well, you're not going to, Mr. Speaker. No. That the government is threatening that it might abolish civil partnerships. Wouldn't it make far more sense? Because there is joy, there is passion, there is not so much celibacy in civil partnerships. And we should extend them to straight people as well, shouldn't we?
By the Honourable Gentleman's civil partnership ceremony, which, if memory serves me correctly, took place on the 27th of March 2010. Minister.
Wow, Mr. Speaker, good memory. There are so many ways I could go with this.
Point of order, Joanna Cherry.
Mr. Speaker,
If members who are leaving the chamber, I understand the disappointment of the Honourable and Learned Lady, but I cannot compel members to remain. I cannot, to coin a phrase, take anybody hostage. I do not have the power to incarcerate. So I'm trying to be helpful to the Honourable and Learned Lady. I'm playing for time. If members who, quite unaccountably, do not wish to listen to the Honourable and Learned Lady would leave the chamber quickly and quietly, the rest of us, including assuredly the Chair, wishing to hear the Honourable Lady, can do so. I think people are gradually beetling out of the chamber. If the Chair of the Education Select Committee feels that he can beetle out and conduct his conversation outside, that will be very greatly appreciated by the Chair. Thank you. Point of order, Joanna Cherry.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for your indulgence. Viewers in Scotland are accustomed to the sight of the Tory benches emptying when speakers, members of Parliament representing Scottish seats get up, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing that in the SNP's party political broadcasts in the soon-to-come general election.
This party has supported respecting the right of the people of the United Kingdom's referendum decision to leave the European Union. We have supported that. We continue to support that. But it must be Brexit for the whole of the United Kingdom, leaving the single market and the customs union, if that is what the rest of the UK does, along with the rest of the UK. This deal puts Northern Ireland yes, in the UK Customs Union, but applies de facto all the European Customs Union.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The orders that are in the table, the orders that are in the table office that have been. I'm not really sure if I have a point of order to make now, to be honest, Mr. Speaker.
He knows that we all know is actually worse than Theresa May's deal. A deal that would see Scotland shafted by this United Kingdom government.
I hope the whole House will forgive me if I say that standing here I have a distinct sense of déjà vu.
I know how you feel.
But today's vote is an important...
Yes, I think that the honourable gentleman for Huddersfield is concerned, but the honourable gentleman is back in the chamber. And I think he was... I don't think that I need to dwell upon the matter. Suffice it to say that there can, in extremis, be a reason why somebody has very, very, very briefly to leave the chamber, on the grounds that when the call of nature sounds, somebody cannot pretend to be deaf. And I don't say that in a pejorative spirit. I simply mean that one cannot pretend not to be aware of the immediate requirement.
I was relieving myself, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, well...
Sorry.
I was trying to signal as much in a somewhat more tactful and seemly manner, but the honourable gentleman now blurted out the truth, and the nation is aware of what was his requirement. But as he's now come back into the chamber, he can beetle back to his seat and listen to the remainder of the exchange.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Well done. Now...
you will be remembered as one of the great reforming speakers. And I hope that as you get your evenings back, and as you be able to make a choice about which chair you sit in and for how long.
And go to the toilet.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I wasn't going to mention your bladder.
It's a good bladder.
And I'm still not.
A sentence without subordinate clauses. Anna Soubry.
You'd be lucky, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on blatant creeping. Happy Valentine's Day, Mr. Speaker.
Hashtag speaker date.
Speaker date. Hashtag. On Sunday,
we will be taken out of a European Union against collective will.
Gangs. So I think at this particular stage we want to, and it's right that as a country we work with all our partners, both domestically and internationally, as well as law enforcement agencies, to do our utmost to stop this horrific crime.
Yes, well, the sound was quite melodic, but it was still disorderly. David Topcat Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Cat Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
David Topcat Davis.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, puberty. It goes back a long way, and one day it will be no more.
And when I think about the distant date when all this just about may be completed, I, along with all my Scottish colleagues, will be well gone from this place, because we will be sitting in our own independent parliament in Scotland.
Is it not the case that my honourable cousin from Scotland, that it would take a crowbar and a pint of iron brew to wrestle him from this place, that he actually loves it here?
I think the honourable gentleman is seeking to recover his composure. I certainly haven't exhorted him to resume his seat. And we want to hear him continue on his feet. Mr. Wishart.
I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Speaker. Out to the honourable gentleman, and I will any time engage in a refreshing cup of iron brew with the honourable gentleman. But can I reassure him on his substantial point? I cannot wait to get away from this place and for my nation to take control of all its own affairs.
Speaker, I'm very keen on women in good jobs because I have a wife, 3 daughters and 5 granddaughters. But could I urge the Minister to take more attention to get women into management training?
Course of action. I give way to my honourable friend.
I thank the Prime Minister for giving way. Unlike some, she is clearly not afraid to debate. It is not exactly a secret that on European policy, she and I have not seen entirely eye to eye. And it is possible... Well, so's everybody else, Simon.